YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. Here we are looking at the Samsung S95B. Yes, 2022, the very first QD-OLED or Quantum Dot OLED from Samsung Displays. This is going to be my second at a time TV. I do have my original Samsung S95B that I filmed a ton of content on, and we got this thing again. I picked this up last week, about a week and a half ago, and I made a little bit of light content talking around it. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing unboxed, have some initial impressions, talk about what's to come with it, you know, why we got it, how we expect to make content around it. We're gonna get that going right after this intro. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So I clipped the straps off this thing. Now I'm opening this by myself. I'm alone right here doing this. So I'm gonna need to, you know, talk a little bit and then, you know, get this thing opened and then just kind of go back and forth. So we'll have some timestamps in the description. Some of them may be titled to get you right where you need to be. Just showing you the box. This thing has a brown box, and it's interesting because when you zoom in to look at the box, it actually looks like there's a bunch of pixels, right? Almost to indicate that it might be like a mini LED. That's something that I never really paid much attention to when I had got this TV and was filming all the content that I did on it last year. Now, I think the most frequently asked question surrounding me announcing that I was getting this TV was why. And honestly, it's because I had the cash and I got this thing at a great deal. So let's talk about the costs. This thing was under 700 bucks. It was around 695 to be specific. Brand new. As you see, I just, you know, clipped the straps off. And so at this point, I just need to lift the box up and get the panel out. I'll put it on this couch over here and I'll proceed to get this thing installed. Now, you know, I do have this TV. Currently, it is sitting in my daughter's room. Now, a little bit of an error. I said that I have the original S95B. I actually went through 3 S95Bs from the first run. So the one I have is the third, and it's because 2 of the panels were pretty bent. Okay, the swaps were done. Never showed that on YouTube, but you know, it is what it is. But I do have the original one that I've got, and it's in my daughter's room, and everything's been fine with it. I actually have a 5-year warranty on it, so I've got about another 4 years of coverage on the TV. And I just had her remote broke. And the cool thing is I was able to make a call and they're going to send me another remote. So that's pretty cool there. But this TV is a great investment. And I'm going to tell you why before we go ahead and start opening this thing up. Okay. Now, I got this TV for right under $700. This TV is retailed at about $1,700. Now, I put a 5-year warranty on this also. And I'm planning on using this TV in a very aggressive positioning. So first things first, I'm going to check the firmware just to see if this is a really old one and it's just been kind of laying dormant. If so, then that's pretty cool, right? And if it's more modern, that's fine too. You know, I am looking to be able to kind of overclock and tap into this thing to really push it. So I want to review again, like the 144 hertz and PC, and you know, I want to just try to dial in and get this thing set up so that it'll be real nice. Now, I do own the S90C. It's currently a 55-inch. I have that TV. It's the TV that I use for my server and surveillance, as well as the S95C. So definitely, I've been tapped into the QD-OLED, and it's a great technology. Enough of the ramble. I'm going to go ahead and get this thing unboxed, and we will be right back. All right, so we got this thing out of the box. Still got some things to take apart. One of the biggest opportunities that I had with this TV, the first one had like this ferocious bend into it. And so I was in a position where the very next day I was able to get another one. So my content came out to be really clean when I originally shot this. Now, worst case scenario, because you can't find this TV now for the price that I got it, is if this thing is damaged, I mean, just got to return it, right? But if it's all good, then hey, man, like I said, I came up I'm looking at this as an investment. Now I'm doing this handheld, so forgive me. This is really going to be more vlog style, but we're just going to give this thing a good walk around. And looking too bad at all. Just inspecting. Okay. All right. Can for sure live with that. I get a lot of trolls that try to jab at me on the internet. It's crazy. But I am a perfectionist. I like my stuff to look great. I really do. All right, everything looks good so far. I'm gonna finish getting this thing out of here so we can take a grand look at it. So far, so good. All right, gonna go ahead and get the panel assembled with the base. Looks like this thing was manufactured in October 22. I don't know if that tells us anything as far as, you know, what I should be expecting, but October 22. Yeah. So he's looking all good and clean too so far. Let's get back to work with it. All right, guys, we made it. Got this thing assembled. The base super easy to put on. I forgot how simple it was. It's just two pieces, one slaps on. Pretty clean, nice design. Everything is looking good with this TV. I do have a little bit of a power extension temporarily. What's going on here? So we got this thing back here. All right, so nice and clean. It's got it positioned right in front of the big boy king, the A95L. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing set up now. When I play around with some content, there's a couple of different things I can do. Ironically, when I did the S90C earlier this year, I had it on this same table, and I had the S95C where the A95L is, and then what I did was I moved the 5590C, and it was kind of left, right. There's no way I can put them next to each other, and it's not big enough for me to put on the floor to get clean shots like I did with the 65-inch A95K when I did its content. So yeah, go ahead and get this stuff all peeled off. Check it out, see what firmware I'm on. They got a peel tab. Peeled it like the TV boss I am. That's a little comparison of that reflectiveness. Height isn't exactly the same, but yeah. We'll get to some A95L versus it soon enough though, but this thing fights light pretty dang good. All right, let's get it on. All right, so we got this thing out of the box and turned on. We are on 1310. That's the firmware that came on this particular unit default. Let's get a little bit closer on this thing. Looks pretty good though. Looks pretty good. We haven't set anything up yet. Right now I'm gonna leave it offline just so I can mess around with a couple of different things. When I do start to mess around with content on this, initially it's going to be using my Denon receiver. That's going to be down below. You know, that's going to offer me two HDMIs out so that I can have, I won't have to, you know, run any sources directly to the television. So that's going to be pretty good. Now I already know this TV has the ability to do things like 144 hertz You can overclock it. I'm not going to be running a PC directly to it. Um, but yeah, so what I need to do is get myself an HDMI cable and route it from the second out of the receiver into the ARC on the TV. But yeah, I didn't set this thing up with the smart things. Normally I do that, but that forces you to, for the most part, as far as I know, it forces you to have the Wi-Fi connected, and I just wanted to be able to see what the firmware was. The updating the TV is not going to be a big deal to me. No big deal at all. But go through and play with some settings on this thing. But if you guys are interested in seeing this versus the A95L, obviously I've got it in this space. It's probably going to be in this space for a little bit of time, but the TV's not that heavy, so I really can move it out the way. I'm going to be eating dinner pretty soon, so just wanted to put together a quick upload, initial impressions, seeing what kind of firmware we've got on the TV, and getting an unboxing and such. So it's an oldie but goodie. And as I said, the logic behind the buy was an investment. I do plan on pushing it to the limit, so if something happens to it, I should be looking at around $1,700 from an exchange perspective down the road some years, you know what I mean, if the TV does go out. As I said, my daughter's S95B, the one that I had initially, her remote went out. So I've got another coming for that. I'm probably going to end up giving her this remote, though, because there's nothing immediate on this TV that I need to focus on doing. I just wanted to get some content out there for you guys, get it unboxed so I can trash this stuff. But that's what we got. We're going to catch you guys on the next video. Leave comments. Thanks for supporting. Peace. God bless. And as I always say, man, max love.